Getting rich is super easy. How to attract money into your life when you're broke. Hi, everyone. Robert Zink, your miracle mentor and alchemy success coach. And today we are soaring high like a big, beautiful eagle. We're always flying in the direction of your dreams and goals. Have you got signed up yet for Manifest Your Perfect Destiny? You deserve the money you desire, the love you crave, and the health and happiness you depend on and need. Seriously, manifest your perfect destiny. I'm going to work with you along with other world-class mentors, including Rachel. We're going to work with you for 3 days. It's going to be the most intense 3 days of your life, but it's going to be worth it. Okay, your life is about to change. Manifestyourperfectdestiny.com. So, high flyers, Napoleon Hill, in his famous book, Think and Grow Rich, he says that success comes to those who become success conscious. But likewise, money comes to those who become money conscious. But for some reason in our society, we are kind of taught not to become money conscious, that's a bad thing. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I love the vibration of money. How about you? So think about it this way, high flyers. We all have a choice. People that are broke, struggling with money, they think about what they don't have. And so the universe always gives you who you are, not what you want. So they think about what they don't have and they attract more of not having. On the other hand, people who have money think about what they are creating, how they can be of greater, bigger service to other people. And as a result, they become more valuable. And the more valuable you become, the more money you attract into your life. I remember when I was living just a few inches off the streets in a cheap hotel room in Portland, Oregon. And it was a special night. I think it was Christmas Eve. And I was all alone. I was broke. I didn't know if I would be in the hotel room next week or if I'd be out on the streets. And I made up my mind to stop thinking about what I didn't have, the things I had lost, my family, my home, my friends, my businesses, all of it gone. I stopped thinking about what I lost. And that night, I made a commitment to think about how I could be of greater service to more people and thus attract more money to myself. Everything I'm going to teach you right now is modified because everybody has to find what works for them. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, I highly recommend it. But I went through this book and I found 6 secrets to attracting money. And I modified them slightly for myself. Read the book, modify it for yourself, take what I'm giving you here and see if it will work for you. I'm certain it will. I'm 100% certain it will if you'll follow it. But again, you might find some modifications that work even better for you. Number 1, be specific about the exact amount of money you desire. Don't say, I desire a lot of money. I want a lot of money. That's a poverty mentality. When you start saying, I want, it means you don't have. And it puts you into a poverty mindset, and the universe gives you more of I don't have. So act as if you already have the amount of money you desire. Now, you can take a large sum of money and say, this is the amount of money I desire. And then you can start breaking it down into smaller chunks. And that's what's worked for me. Rather than having this huge, large sum of money, when I was broke, that seemed like an impossible task. I mean, $500 seemed like an impossible task at one time. So I stopped thinking about this large sum and I broke that large sum down into smaller sums. And that's what worked for me. So I think on a regular basis of what kind of money am I attracting in the next year, in the next 6 months, in the next quarter, in the next month, in the next week. That works for me, but you find what works for you. It's easier to think in terms of I'm attracting $20,000 in the next week than it is to think in terms of I'm attracting 200,000. Not to the universe. Trust me, to the universe, it makes no difference. But to your mind, I don't want you to start coming up with reasons why something won't work. And so when you focus on the large sum, you're likely to come up with reasons why that's just too far away. So break it down. Number 2 is, what will you give in return for this money? And Napoleon Hill is very, very clear about that. Now, remember, he interviewed 500 of the most successful, richest people in the world at that time. And they all think in terms of, what can I give? What can you give for the money that you desire? You see, the more you give, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more money you begin to attract. It just makes sense. So, you have, and wait a minute, don't start telling me that you don't have anything to give. Think about a hobby that you have, that's something that you like doing. And then think in terms of, how can I make money doing what I like? Look I'm not working right now. I'm doing what I like. I'm talking to you. That's what I love doing. So, and I had to figure that out. Okay. It didn't come like instantly, but it did come. We started out in 2009 with a podcast, and the podcast became very successful. And then we slowly migrated to YouTube. Now we're on podcasts and YouTube. But you get the idea. It will work when you think about what you like, what's special about you, what talents you have. And if you don't have any talents, if you say, Robert, I don't have any talents, then grab a book and learn something that people value. Learn it inside and out. And guess what? You'll start attracting more money into your life. Well, number 3, set a timeline. Don't allow yourself to get vague. Okay, get focused here. Get focused. Have a money having a money consciousness means you're automatically going to be focused. So set a timeline. When I think of an amount of money that I intend to attract, I have a timeline for attracting that money. Most of the time, high flyers, I attract it sooner. Not all the time, but most of the time. So set a timeline. High flyers, number 4 is, create a specific plan. What is your plan? Now that you realize you have to be of greater value, what's your plan for making yourself of greater value? What if I were to turn this camera over there, you will see a stack of books this high that have not been put into my library yet, that I haven't read yet. I am constantly focusing on learning something that will help me be better at what I do. What is it that you're learning? What is it that you are becoming the best at? That's important. And then create a specific plan along with your timeline and get started. Take inspired action. Well, number 5 is, write out specific affirmations in regards to your plan. and write them in present tense. Let me give you a few. These are just examples. I have written a book that helps people live a happy life. People love my book, and sales are spectacular. Money is flowing into my life easily and without effort. Now, I put all three of those up there because you could see how each affirmation led to the next affirmation. And by the time you got to the third affirmation, you were talking about money. So, specific affirmations on your plan, on your timeline, on your service, on what you are providing people, and the amount of money that is coming into your life. So, high flyers, you've written out these affirmations, you've written out a statement of timeline and service, and now read it every morning and every evening before you go to bed. Let's get it into your subconscious mind where it's going to have the most effect, helping you attract money. And number 7 is daily gratitude for the money you have received. I'm not talking about the money you've really received. I'm talking about the money you expect to receive. But using the law of assumption, you're going to act as if you've already received the money and you're going to be grateful for it. You're going to write it down. You're going to express it. You're going to feel it, and you're going to live it. High flyers, remember that money is nothing more than a frequency. It's a vibration. And once you tune in to your specific frequency, the money will literally begin to pour into your life. Now, first, get the book, Think and Grow Rich. Secondly, use the 7 steps I gave you. They will work. Okay? And thirdly, take inspired action and allow the money to start flowing into your life.